I'm Laurence Feraud from Domaine du Pegau. I created the Domaine du Pegau with my father in 1987. We created that domain with only 5 hectares of Châteauneuf-du-Pape. We wanted to continue the very traditional way to produce a Châteauneuf-du-Pape with a 13 type of grapes, with a short winemaking process, with a large cask aging, and we wanted really to sell our wine bottled over the world. It's why we started to have our own brand, Pegau, Pegau or Pegau in Provençal dialect. That means in fact a wine jug. This name started to be famous straight when we started to bottle our own label, which was a cuvée réservée. This label, cuvée réservée. Today we have 21 hectares of Châteauneuf-du-Pape. We produce 70,000 bottles and we export 96% of our production. This wine is made with 80% Grenache, 6% Syrah, 4% Mourvèdre, and 10% of the type of grapes included in AOP Châteauneuf-du-Pape. It's a very traditional winemaking, as we make the wine with a full cluster, slightly crushed, and we just gently pump over for 2 weeks. Those wine aged 2 years in a large cask. From that original wine, we fill up 1 barrel to age an extra 2 years, and that will become the cuvée Laurence. So cuvée réservée and cuvée Laurence, they come from the same wine, just as an extra aging of the cuvée Laurence. So 2 years for the cuvée réservée, 4 years in total for Laurence. The Laurence is in fact the wine give some consumers access to a wine already mature. For different dinner, they will like to have a wine ready, drinkable, approachable, mature, with more spicy and less bright fruit and less tannin, like usually you could find in this cuvée réservée. I would like also to be back because along the years we have been a producer, and we bought some vineyard planted in white varieties, and then we produce some white Châteauneuf-du-Pape. We only produce 4,000 bottles of this wine per vintage. It's made with 60% claret, which the claret gives a very nice acidity and lively white wine. 20% Grenache white, 10% Bourg Poulenc, and 10% Roussanne. 4 very top white grapes varieties for Châteauneuf-du-Pape. This is made more in a technical way because it's in a stainless steel vat, aged in a stainless steel, and bottled the year following the production, the year the wine is produced. Now, concerning this wine, I decided in 1998 to produce this cuvée called Cuvée d'Acapo. In 1998, I picked one of the large casks we usually aged for the cuvée réservée, and I decided to bottle separate. And this cuvée d'Acapo made the winery quite famous, because this wine has been rated 100 or 100 points by Parker. Also, this wine has been famous in manga called Les Gouttes de Dieu. Why d'Acapo? Because d'Acapo is again a name means to continue and to repeat the traditional way to make the Châteauneuf-du-Pape with 13 types of grapes, with a very traditional winemaking process and very traditional also aging. This wine aged only 2 years in a large cask, but is made with even more blend of the 13 types of grapes. We call it d'Acapo because the 13 types of grapes, they are in connection with the music symphony, which each type of grapes is related to a music instrument. And each time we produce that cuvée, we have the back label with the musical. My father and I, we developed the domain to even more today, because we bought in 2012 the Château Pegau, which in fact is where we produce some Côte du Rhône and Côte du Rhône village. So we have a larger range as Châteauneuf-du-Pape, including some Côte du Rhône as well. Total today, we run 72 hectares of vineyard, and we are average 10 employees. We're still a family domain. That means my father and I, we are winemaker. We don't have any enologist, and I run the export, but in the meantime also the vineyard, the marketing, and which is, we are quite busy, but we handle and we meet many people in the world, and we are very close to the different comment in the world, the different return about wine and the traditional way. We were convinced to continue during 30 years. So I hope the people, they will enjoy this traditional wine, but made in a very elegant style, with a quite polished tannin, integrated different element, and it will match perfectly with Asian cuisine, and even more with Korean cuisine. Don't change your tradition as well, to cook with a lot of garlic, to cook with some spicy. Everything will match perfectly and pair with Châteauneuf-du-Pape, Domaine du Pegau.